Hey everybody, a little bit of a different video today. I want to kind of freestyle a little bit, talk about a couple different things. First off, I want to talk about what you can do to, feel better when you are just kind of at a point of feeling overwhelmed. And it's so easy for that to happen. I mean, I could literally have one day where I'm carefree, everything's going great, and then there can be some things that can happen the next day or throughout the course of a few days that can really maybe start to worry you a little bit, give you that feeling of like anxiety, like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to, and that comes from being overwhelmed and having just a lot of stuff on your plate. And number one, I think you got to step back and realize, this is great that I've got a lot of stuff on my plate. I mean, otherwise, the opposite of that is worrying about the fact that you don't have anything to do. So, I think that's the first thing, is to kind of be grateful for the fact that you do have a lot of stuff going on. And I guess what I want to talk about is how to get past these feelings, because I've been going through a little bit of a stretch here in the last few weeks, and I would say kind of triggered by, number one, just having a lot of stuff to do, and now we're, nice weather, and we're doing some things in the yard too, and so we're really busy on the weekends and doing things there as well, and after work. So kind of got a lot of busyness in all aspects of life, whereas before, when it wasn't that nice outside, there weren't really things outside that needed to get done. So it was kind of like I just needed to worry about my job and what I'm doing, and now I've got more that's on my plate. The second thing that's attributed to this is just what's going on with the building prices, and the fact that we've got people that we've got building agreements with that have closed on their construction loans, and these construction loans were based on, and these contracts were based on what pricing was months ago. And if you don't know, between the time that you give somebody pricing and even the time that you have a contract that's going to go to the bank, I mean, that can be a couple of months. And then another couple of months between the time that you've got the contract and the time that they close on the construction loan. So we've had to have talks with clients, and thank God that, clients have been understanding, and really, really thankful for that, and the people that we are going to be building for and working with, because some of this may not be possible without them. So definitely thankful for that. But it's hard to have these conversations with multiple people, letting them know that we're going to have to try to catch up with where the price is and have them contribute. And so that's the second thing. And so those two things together have really started to kind of give me that feeling of being overwhelmed, because normally when somebody is closed on their construction loan, then my process is kind of done with them. Now they're going to be, the home's under construction. My dad, the other owner, expediter, are kind of taking things over from there. So, but with what's been going on, I've still got to stay involved, and I'm having the talks with our clients, the initial talks anyways. And then still trying to move everybody else forward. And it's tough with even the new clients I'm working with, because, I had to kind of go back to them and, hey, are you okay with the fact that, the pricing that I already gave you is going to need to be adjusted upwards once we get to the point that we have a building contract? And then again, after we've got a building contract, are you okay with the fact that the price may go up again, even after you've closed on your construction loan? You've got your construction loan, and you're going to have to pay for that out of pocket. So extra work, basically, from what I normally have to do, but it's something that definitely has to get done in order for everything to keep moving. So those, I would say, are the factors. There's more stuff going on in my life, and with what's going on with the building industry and these high prices, and trying to still keep everybody moving forward while still trying to maintain the flow of incoming clients. And then kind of the looming maybe worry that, are things going to slow down a little bit because of where price points are at? There's certainly some people in our market, if you're, it sounds crazy, if you're looking, $450,000 or below, and not that 450 is impossible to hit, but it's a lot harder because certain lots that are in certain neighborhoods have minimum square footage requirements. And so if I find a lot for $70,000, but the minimum square footage requirement in that neighborhood is, 16 to 1,800 square feet, I'm going to be, closer to 500,000 for the home in the lot. So that's something that is kind of in the back of my head as well. So, all right, those are the things that are making me feel the way that I do. So how do we overcome that? You need to overcome that. It's not healthy to have that feeling, and you probably know what that feeling is. You can feel it kind of throughout your core. If you've got a little bit of worry or anxiety or just feeling overwhelmed, it doesn't feel good. I mean, compared to just being, carefree and not having any worries at all, it's a huge difference. And I think in order to be successful for the long haul, in this type of business where it's ever so changing and you're constantly, you've got to constantly be working and meeting with new people and doing new things to keep moving forward with your business and to keep, building for people, doing real estate, whatever side of the industry that you're in. So for me, and I just want to give you some context, I'm not gonna, preach to you, but I just want to tell you about what I do to overcome this and why I feel like I can overcome this easily. So, I am definitely a man of faith, which you may know. I've mentioned things before in videos, and I don't just mean like, yeah, I believe there's a God. I'm a man of faith. Not like that. I mean, I truly believe that the Lord Jesus came to this earth and lived on this earth and died on the cross for my sins and gave us the gift of eternal life. So that's the context behind what my core beliefs are, and that's why I can overcome these things pretty easily, because number one, I mean, this is all just, we're kind of passing through. I mean, I know what the end game is and where I'm going to be after this is over, and if anything happened to me now or today. So I'm not worried about that. So I feel good about that. That's kind of my core belief there, that everything else branches off from that. So from that, because I've got that core belief, and I'm somebody that, I try to do my daily devotionals and have, my time where I do talk and pray with God, and there are so many things that benefit from that. I mean, there's constantly verses too. There's constantly things in the Bible, if you're reading the Bible, that talk about, not worrying and knowing that, if God is with you, who is against you? There's so many different uplifting, encouraging things. And really that's what it is for me ultimately. I mean, I can have all this stuff going on. I mean, I could have some really bad stuff going on in my life. And in the past, back when we started our company, it was, 2010, we were, in a housing recession, coming out of a housing recession. And we were we had some bad beginning, months and even the first couple of years, because there was really not much going on. And, finances were tight, and there was always a lot of worry there. But ultimately, I always had this safe feeling like, I don't need to worry. I mean, everything's going to be taken care of for me, because that's how it's always been. It's always happened like that throughout the course of my life. If there have been issues, and there have been bad things that happen to me, it's not just like I've never had anything bad happen to me, and there have been things that have happened to me, but because of the beliefs that I have, and that, I don't have to worry. I'm going to be taken care of. I don't need to worry about finances. I'll be provided for, because that has always happened. It's built my faith, and I have faith and I have trust that these things are going to happen, because they do happen. It's not just blind faith like, oh, I hope that, if things slow down, finances are going to be okay. Well, I know that if things slow down, finances will be a little bit tighter, but I know I don't have to worry about not eating or not being able to make a mortgage payment or, I know because of what's happened in the past that I'll be provided for. So it's really easy to then take these things that I was just talking about, these things like, having to go back and do extra work, talking to customers and asking for, for more money, or, man, I've got all this extra work I need to do in the yard. It's like, because I was just talking about what I was talking about, and I just said these things sound so minuscule now. And they don't sound, not that they're not important, but they don't sound as overwhelming to me anymore. And I truly, when I can play that out in my head, and the other thing that goes into what I was just talking about and my faith and knowing that I'm going to be taken care of and having experienced that before and knowing that this isn't the end all be all what's happening here in my life right now. The other thing is, to kind of snap yourself out of that is just being grateful. Start thinking about the things that you're grateful for. I was out in the yard last weekend doing some yard work, and I had a really hard week last week. Talked to all of our clients that we needed to talk to about pricing, and just had a really hard week. And I was really looking forward to Memorial Day weekend, a 3-day weekend, and just not having to think about anything work related. But we had a ton of stuff that we needed to get done outside. We live on a huge property, and there's always a lot of stuff to do, and our landscape is kind of like ever ongoing, and we want to get everything done now in the beginning of summer so that we're not out there when it's too hot, and really so that we can just enjoy it from here on out. So what that meant was that I ended up, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I mean, backbreaking work. I had 3 tons of big, like 6 to 12 inch field stone delivered to the house. And I lined a spot on my driveway, and I moved, 3 yards of dirt in a wheelbarrow and a shot. I mean, this is like backbreaking work here. And I did not want to be doing it. And I just was not in a good mood doing it. I wasn't happy about it, but I was able to snap myself out of it because I started to think about things that I'm grateful for. Just the fact that, hey, I'm outside and the birds are chirping, and I'm here, in nature. I'm having birds fly by, butterfly. I mean, I'm grateful for the property that I have. I'm grateful for my beautiful, loving wife, for my kids. Just start naming off all the things that you're grateful for, because that will kind of start to help change your attitude as well. So those are the things that I do to literally snap right out of that feeling. I mean, I can say that there was a point, even this morning, I mean, I kind of flip in and out of it just because of everything that's going on. And before I went to work yesterday, I had that feeling like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff that I got to get done. I know I'm not going to be able to get it all done. I knew I had to be home early because my daughter graduated from 4K yesterday. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to get everything done, but I said to myself, you know what? I know I'm not going to be able to get everything done, but I'm not going to worry about this. Not that everything that's going on and everything that I need to do isn't important, and it is important. And I do need to get things done in a timely manner, and I do need to work hard, because that equates to making a good income and being successful. So it's not that I'm just lax and like, oh, I'll get around to that stuff when I get around to it, but kind of. I mean, I don't want to stress about things that I can't do right now. Right now, I'm on my way to, drop off. I got a flat tire on my riding lawnmower. Well, I can't cut my grass until I get that fixed. So I have to bring the tire into the shop. I had to take the tire off this morning. I had to do all this stuff that really cuts into what I should be doing, selling new construction homes and real estate and making money. But this is something that I have to do. And I'm not going to stress about the fact that, oh my gosh, I should be putting this pricing together right now or drawing this up right now, but I can't do that because I'm bringing this stupid tire in. There's nothing I can do about the situation that I'm in other than not stress about it. So really what I've been saying to myself is, don't worry. This everything's going to get done. I'm going to be able to look back upon this, in a month from now and realize that there was nothing groundbreaking or monumental or bad that happened. I mean, so why stress about those things? Because you can easily go on stressing and feeling overwhelmed and feeling that anxiety forever. I mean, you could just make that a part of your life if you don't choose to do something about it. So what I've been saying to myself is, you know what? relax, enjoy what you do, take a step back, realize the things that you're grateful for. Take a step back and just realize that, hey, I'm not just, I have to be at this office or this factory from 8 to 5, and I can't go anywhere or do anything. I mean, I'm out here right now. I'm able to bring my tire into the repair shop. I'm able to stop and do a video. I'm able to phone call and email at will on my phone. I'm truly blessed to be able to do that and live the life that I do. So I'm just stepping back. I'm realizing what I'm grateful for. I'm realizing that I don't need to worry, that I'm going to be provided for, and that even though times seem tough right now, we're going to get through them. This too shall pass. All these tough times shall pass. No matter what happens in the world or in the economy or in the housing market, there's always the ups and downs. That's just how the market is. That's how life is in general. So when you're in the downs, you just make sure to make the best of that and to get by there. When you're in the ups, you capitalize on that and you're grateful for that. So just wanted to share that because I feel like it's such an important part of if you're gonna be a home builder, if you're gonna be in the real estate industry, there's so many different things that are going on around you that you need to focus your attention on and tend to. Phone calls, emails, issues, problems. I mean, that's just how the industry is. And you may be thinking, well, boy, that doesn't sound like an industry that I want to be in. That's super stressful and way too much going on. But the benefits are your freedom. I mean, I can literally say, you know what, let's go up north next week, family. Take my phone, my computer, still have access to internet and emails, go out on the lake, take some time away. I can come home early today if I need to. I can not go to work if I need. I mean, just the freedom of being able to set my own schedule is well worth everything else that I just mentioned before that. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video, is how to handle that. It's super important to be able to know how to handle this. And that's just kind of sharing how I do it and why I can literally have all this crazy stuff going on right now in my life with work and everything else, but I can be happy-go-lucky. I can choose to not worry about it. And it's not something that, I'll leave you on this. This isn't something that you do everything that I talked about and boom, now it's just over. No more stress, no more anxiety, no more worrying. I mean, this is something that, depending on what's going on in your life, you literally need to stop and do and think about. It could be every few hours. I'm feeling great right now, but all it takes is one phone call to screw all that up. And then I need to go kind of back to the drawing board and, okay, let's go back to ground zero here. Even though this just happened and this is really, really, really bad. Okay, this is going to pass. A couple of weeks from now, this will be a blip on the radar. Let's not worry about it. Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's realize that this isn't the end all be all. Let's realize all of the things that I'm grateful for. So that's what I wanted to leave you with. And I wanted to talk about something else, but I'll do that in another video. Thank you for your time. God bless.